You know, when we move from the realm of fantasy, we now enter the realm of discovery. We always tell people that by the time you are married, you have entered into a discovery channel. So we've entered into the discovery stage, and we call it familiarization stage. And it's actually the time where you adjust into the reality zone. And for those of us that are married listening now, you can easily relate with that. Why is it that the very thing that tend to get us attracted or got us attracted together then is now the very thing that has become a bone of contention now? Because the very thing I said, I needed somebody that is forthright. I needed somebody that is determined. I needed somebody that have a mind of her own, so that whenever I'm not there, she can take a decision and I'll be fine with the decision. Here I am now, and now I have to confront somebody who will not mind expressing her opinion. And I don't have that energy, I don't have the ability to have that oratory prowess to be able to respond back accordingly. So it became a serious issue, because and now the reality now dawned on me that what I was actually praying for is that actually has its own side effect, but the reality is that it's actually that person that I needed in life to be able to get better. And therefore, if people look at this very well, you can look at the time range of between the first to the 2 years period. It differs in some people. Some people get into it early, some people get out of that stage also earlier, while some still remain in that stage longer than even the 2 years, depending on their level of maturity that they display in trying to relate with one another. And this is where you get to know each other more and more. And as a result, you start seeing various flaws and shortcomings. This is the time you start saying that this person, he uses toilet without flushing. This person comes in, remove his or her clothes, and just dump it somewhere. Because of the personality traits, you notice that this person now exhibits some things. This is the time I now notice that, oh, my wife, because she's trying to express her opinion, because I am more on the reserve side and I'm sensitive to words, she used some words. As far as she's concerned, she's just expressing her mind. Now I'm saying it as an issue. Now my own quiet disposition that she emphasized that, oh, this quiet, gentle guy that I love, I now became too gentle for her liking. We're trying to resolve an issue. I'm trying to take time to resolve, to process the issue before I can respond. Sometimes it takes me 1 week, and I'm ready after 1 week to now come back to resolve the issue. And thereafter, she can explode and now say, what do I mean by that? So there's a point where I realized that we were finding it difficult in the area of our communication. I'm finding it difficult that she cannot understand me. She's finding it difficult that I cannot understand her. Then it was not really, really a good place to be, especially if you lack the know-how to navigate from this stage. Okay, so maybe you might want to add something to that.
So, like he said, because we're not staying together, it's as if my eyes were now opening. We've never stayed together before. So now that we're not staying together 24 hours, though he goes to work, my eyes were not seeing things. I was not seeing certain things that I just didn't like. And certain things he was saying to me that I did not like. He has, listed some of them. And for me, that was, difficult to grapple with. And so I now remember when people say, there's something that people used to say when they say, when you fall in love, marriage will open it for you. So
love is blind, marriage will open it.
Exactly. Love is blind, but marriage will open it for you. But again, because we were committed to our vows, committed to the relationship, so we had no choice but to be determined, to evolve and navigate through that particular phase. So what did we do? What are the things that we did? We had to learn to communicate. For that particular phase, yes, we are telling our story, but we're also injecting into it, tools and tips that will help us no matter the phase that we are in. No matter what phase you are in your marriage, you can never outgrow communication. So we had to communicate. But then even in communicating, that also brought in another issue. How was I communicating? At times I communicate because I'm majorly choleric by nature. though I won't say my colleague has reduced now, sha. So he had, which one is where are you clearing yours? Why are you not clearing throats? He had issues with the way I was, doing the communication. And then the truth is, no, if you're in this phase, you have to learn to communicate. Communication is very key. You have to correct in love and with love, and you have to correct with respect. Even when you see things, like he gave an example of people that will not flush. I know some couples, because we cancel couples a lot, we've heard of serious and mundane things. Some people, when some guys wants to use it, the restroom, they will not raise the cover, which is meant for the women to sit on, and then you now see urine on it. Some of them, as they are coming, they are dropping things. So whatever it is that is irritating, thank you, Ayomide. Ayomide, please kindly mute your microphone. Thank you for joining us. So what we are saying is, no matter that phase that you are in, as you begin to get to know your spouse or your partner more, because you're not spending time together, you're not married, and you're in the same house, communicate. Don't bottle things up. Correct in love and with respect. And then we also say that pay attention to your spouse. Okay, pay attention to your spouse. One huge takeaway for me in our relationship is that we grew to the level where whatever is of importance to my husband it became a priority for me. And whatever is of importance to me, became a priority, for him. And my husband deliberately not hurt you. So when you know your spouse, I know that this person cares for me, this person will not hurt me, this person will not deliberately plan evil or make me upset. You too, you will to navigate, certain things. I remember when we just got married, when in my own home, my family, before I got married, because of our Benin background, we must eat pounded jam at least once a week. My dad loved pounded jam. So some of those things I carried into our relationship. I said, because my dad loves pounded jam, so me too, I'll start pounding jam for my husband. And on Sunday, when we come back from church, I will now put yam on the fire. We were staying upstairs. I'll carry pesto. Not now that we use food processor. I'll carry pesto downstairs. I'll go and be pounding under the hot sun. And when we finish pounding, I'll be expecting that he will tell me thank you very well, knowing the sacrifice I've made. My husband told me one day that this pounded jam that I used to pound on Sunday after church is guilty. You cannot be eating it because he feels the water I put in is too much. I'm just using that to buttress, when someone so cares for you that even though he likes pounded jam, he just felt the water for me was too much and I should stop doing it. So pay attention to your spouse. Watch out for the things that are of interest to them, and then pay attention to those things. If there are issues coming up as you get to know yourselves in this particular stage that is of concern to you, then raise them with respect, raise them with love. And then also remember that you are no longer single. When we are single, we do things because we don't have to be accountable to someone because nobody's staying with us. Abi, I know you're always saying it. Then because you can go to for guys, you can go to your friend's house with the intention of okay, maybe I'll come back to my house like 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. And at times you can sleep off there. You don't have to call anybody. But when you are married, it's no longer the same thing. Accountability is now very key. So you have to be deliberate. Intentionality is now very needed, especially in space that you are in. This adjustment to reality phase. You now have to be very deliberate and be intentional, knowing that you have another life that is now attached to yours. Okay. So that was how we were able to navigate from that phase. We were able to evolve, from that phase. And what are the things that helped us? There was a time we had to recourse to our counselor, a former pastor in our church, but he's not a pastor now. We had to speak to him. We read books, and those things help us. So let's move to the next stage. You're supposed to take that next stage, Abby. Yeah.
So the beauty of this thing is that even though we said the previous stage is 1 to 2, it all depends on the level of maturity of each person. In each relationship, the maturity level of both parties will go along with determining how soon or how long they spend in each stage.